Ever heard the old saying, any team can lose on any given Sunday? Last weekend proved that and then some. How about the Texans halting the Bengals' undefeated season? How about the Dolphins over the Eagles? How about the Bears over the Rams? Lions over the Packers? The Packers? Yeah, I know. But back to the present. It's time to get things rolling with Week 11 here on Monk Spot. Our first matchup features the Indianapolis Colts facing off against the Atlanta Falcons. Andrew Luck is out for the next 2 to 6 weeks. That leaves Matt Hasselbeck to keep the Colts in first place and fend off a 6-3 Falcons team still averaging 400 yards a game. Maybe there'll be luck for Hasselbeck as he goes up against a defense giving up 250 yards in the air. But the Colts have defensive problems of their own. The defense gives up everything but the kitchen sink at 28th in the league. Maybe the Colts get lucky without Andrew Luck against a Falcons team that dropped his last 2 games prior to his bye week. But I look for the Falcons to come flying out the gates with a final score of 27-21. Did you see Houston's late finish against the Cincinnati Bengals last week? Unbelievable. And many thought that they were going to be able to pull that off. This week, they face off against the New York Jets. The Jets may be clicking on both sides of the ball, but they're falling behind in the AFC East race thanks to the division loss to the Buffalo Bills last week. The Texans are trying to get things rolling on their own. And with the tenacity that they brought towards the Cincinnati Bengals last week, they look to do the same thing this Sunday. The Jets are still a top 10 defense, and the Texans are still at the bottom half of offense no matter who they put in the quarterback shuffle. I look for the Jets to take off in the second half and leave the Texans stranded on Revis Island, 24-10. Hey Cowboys fans, Tony Romo has returned and is ready to take on the Miami Dolphins and dig up America's team, and it's from 7 feet under, as in the 7-game losing streak they failed to halt. The Dolphins may run away with what's left of the Cowboys season. The defense gives up over 100 yards on the ground, but Dallas boasts a formidable pass defense, only giving up 12 points to opposing quarterbacks this season. Dallas and Darren McFadden may run wild of the Dolphins' 31st ranked run defense. And with Tony Romo back in the saddle, all bets are off that this will be an easy win for the Miami Dolphins. But it won't be easy for Dallas either. Don't worry, I look for Dallas to cut off that 7-game losing streak in a 24-20 victory. Battle for the NFC North takes center stage as the Packers take on the Minnesota Vikings. This can come at a better time for the Vikes as the Packers are having that 3-game losing streak. And Minnesota is on a roll with the first-ranked rushing team in the league, and their obstacle this Sunday is the 24th-ranked run defense. The Packers have a rising questions on offense. How about James Starks getting the start over Eddie Lacy? Head coach Mike Zimmer says that Bridgewater is a game-managing quarterback. The guy isn't a big stat line QB, but he does the right things to win the game. But hey, anything's possible with a good quarterback and AP in the backfield, huh? There are 2 games to every division battle, and I look for the Vikes to take round 1 in a 21-14 close victory. We're at the tail end of a Sunday night football matchup featuring the Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals. How surprising was it to see the Bengals kept out of the end zone against the Houston Texans last week? Credit Carson Palmer and the Cardinals for putting the Seattle Seahawks season on jeopardy. The Bengals and Cardinals come into this game with 2 high-octane offenses, and it looks like we're headed for a shootout. Carson Palmer managed to weave his way through the Legion of Boom last week, so fending off the Bengals, who are averaging 16 points a game on defense, shouldn't be too hard, right? Wrong. I look for Carson Palmer to weave his way again in a 27-24 victory, maybe in overtime. Let's look out for that. That's all this week though from Monk Spot. Guys, if you like this video, comment, rate, subscribe, drop me a like. I would definitely appreciate your support. Tune in next week as we're here for week 12. Remember, it's the playoffs. Things are getting tight. It's getting tight here on Monk Spot, your new favorite place for everything in NFL.